neither of whom are good as drinkers. Well, half-time lead in this fixture hasn't necessarily been a guide to who wins it. In the league match at Brunton Park, Jermaine Beckford had given Leeds a half-time advantage, but Carlisle won it. Here back in April, Scott Dobie had given Carlisle a half-time lead, and Leeds eventually prevailed 3-2. So that goal via Simon Hackney's volley and Danny Graham's back may not necessarily be the deciding factor in the first leg of this playoff semi-final. Leeds will be looking to strike a quick response in this second half. Lumsden. Let's get a word actually on the battle for who scored that goal from our reporter Bryn Law.
I think there's a bit of a debate going on in the dressing room at half-time about it. I caught a quick word with Simon Hackney just as he ran back out onto the pitch at the start of the second half. I asked him, are you claiming it? He said, can I? I said, well, I guess you can, yes. He said, I'm definitely having it.
Well, he scored a memorable one against Leeds back in November, and so you can understand him laying claim to it, but I think your sympathies are with the striker.
He hasn't got a chance of claiming it, I'm telling you.
It's immaterial to Gary McAllister. All he's hoping is that one of his strikers can come up with the goods to cancel out the effort. There's Huntington. There's Lumsden. Now Graham. Hackney with Hallwood moving on ahead of him. It's an early ball in towards Dobie. Well cut out though by Paul Huntington. Carlisle very quickly picked up the threads in the second half, where they left off in the first. Here's Hudson. Now Kilkenny. That's Douglas. Breaks down a little too cheaply for Leeds.
That's what was happening in the first half. The pressure was good from the Carlisle midfield. These midfield players were just getting pushed further and further back onto the back four, and it becomes difficult to break out.
Friedman. Now Kilkenny. Here's Johnson. David Prutton. Richardson. Huntington.
It's that long diagonal ball that's not really come off for them. Leeds have struggled to play it through midfield as well. Just trying to get the right answers out there at the moment. It's not coming easy.
Leeds are the form team coming into the playoffs in this division. They've won 3 in a row. They've won 4 consecutively since back in September.
The best moments in the first half came when they did get the ball to Dougie Friedman and to Jermaine Beckford at the feet.
They're hunting forward here against Houseland. Bridge Wilkinson had won it. That's a decent save. And Ankergren then rescuing young Houseland from embarrassment.
Well, he's blaming somebody else. He's only one person to blame, and it's you. I'm sorry. You cannot do that in your own box. You had the chance to play it, play it.
Not a night for taking chances, and that was very nearly a chance taken too far. Ankergren did well to deny Bridge Wilkinson, but they were really dicing with danger then, Leeds.
Well, they've got the goalkeeper to thank this time, haven't they? Ankergren came out really smartly.
Bridge Wilkinson. Ankergren wrong-footed by the deflection for the goal, but he and Westwood have both had their moments tonight. Here's Arneson. Lumsden. Smith. Hackney. Hallwood. And it's in! It's 2-0 and Mark Bridge Wilkinson does get it in this time. It's a great advantage for Carlisle.
Well, again, they've only got themselves to blame, Leeds. They give it away in midfield. Yeah, it's a quick break again. You see Leeds midfield players, two in the background, just jogging back. Nobody gets in there. Good awareness here through the legs in the end by the look of it. Good overlapping, good awareness, good finish. Danny Graham standing in an offside position. But they cut everybody out with that ball. Gets in there, Bridge Wilkinson does that so well. And they've just got no answer to it.
Second goal against Leeds this season. Mark Bridge Wilkinson, he scored in the home win against them back in November. And he's done it again here on a night that is so important for Carlisle United. If they can hold out here, what a lead this will be to take into the second leg. Vital challenge that from Lumsden to stop Dougie Freedman. Here's Dobie. A really teasing ball that Hall would put across, but it was an open invitation in the end for Bridge Wilkinson, and one that he was not about to refuse. Denied moments earlier by Ankergren. No mistake on this occasion. Back by Graham to Smith.
They're just playing the most inventive football, aren't they, at the moment? There's a lot of movement, quick legs out there, quick minds. I say Leeds just have got no answer.
Here's Lumsden. The natives here are getting very restless, and Gary McAllister doing his level best to pick his team up after that shock setback.
Well, they give the ball away here, and look at them break Carlisle. And look at the two midfield players on the halfway line. Look at the effort, or lack of it, to get back in. I could get back in quicker than that. You have to do better than that. And look, Bridge Wilkinson's there. One of them should have been coming back. And they've just no intent. They're both just ambling back, and Gary McAllister sees this. I mean, the ball is a good one in the end.
Leeds look to respond. Beckford's there, but he can't get a clean connection with it after Richardson had made up ground to provide the cross.
Well, they're the half chances. You just need to get back in. It's a decent ball in there. Just didn't get a flick there. I think that puts Beckford off. Two bodies at the far post. Well, I thought it was going to be difficult, even more difficult now. Look at this attempts, double for the away side. Shows how dominant they've been, and again, 7 on target. John Ward has got to be over the moon with that. His team have been magnificent, to be fair.
Listen. Beckford looking to turn.
Well, he hasn't had much to feed on, has he? But when he has got a little bit of space, he's nearly got something for Leeds.
John Ward not getting too carried away. He's been part of the playoffs on so many occasions before. He knows that Downs can very quickly follow the ups. But he did win a League Two final with Cheltenham. He was assistant at Wolves when they won a playoff final. Gary McAllister's first taste of these end-of-season games, and at the moment it's leaving a bit of a bitter taste for him, but there is still an opportunity in the away leg to produce the kind of performance that Carlisle are producing here tonight.
Definitely. I mean, he was one of the finest midfield players the game's seen for me, Gary McAllister, but he won't be pleased with what he saw from his midfield regarding that second goal.
Carlisle have got the reaction they wanted from players who wondered where their next win was coming from. 5 games without a win, 2 points collected along the way, and yet here they are with a 2-0 lead beyond their wildest dreams. Here's Kilkenny.
Well, they need something. He's trying to create a spark there, but it's a tame shot in the end. What Carlisle don't want to do now is just sit back on this 2-goal lead and drop deep. They just want to go and do exactly what's got them 2-0 in front. Be inventive. They've been very impressive going forward, supported Danny Graham superbly from midfield.
If it does stay this way, I'm sure that part of Gary McAllister's talk ahead of the next game will be constructed around that Nottingham Forest Yeovil game last season, when Forest were 2-0 up from the away leg and still somehow managed to conspire to lose the tie. They don't quite know what the next twist is going to be in the playoffs. So it's a bit early for restlessness amongst the natives here, but there is a definite sense of that. They came here with such high expectations and feel they've been let down.
That's the problem, isn't it? The expectation level here is just immense. And it does get to the players. There's some young lads out there and you feel that pressure. You're desperate to try and do well and it can just come back and bite you.
I wonder actually from that point of view whether it might suit Leeds the fact that the second leg is away from this cauldron of expectation.
I'm sure you're right, but at the moment they need to get a foothold in this.
Rich Wilkinson's cross this time is behind Danny Graham.
Just seem to have run out of ideas at the moment, Rob. Still the throw in there was just nobody picking the man up and was lofted into the box, and they just seem to have switched off a little bit and don't quite know how to get a foothold in this game at the moment.
Kilkenny. Here's Lumsden. Offside flag up against Hackney. Well, Leeds are getting ready to change things. Tresor Crandall is the man who is set to come on. Great start to the season for him. He's scored 11 league goals, 5 of them in the first 6 matches. Since then the goals have dried up a little bit, 6 in 35 appearances.
They just need a spark, don't they? They need a little bit something different, and I think it's wise to change things at this early stage of the second half.
Here's Graham. He's come back to Bridge Wilkinson. And the Leeds players had switched off again there, thinking that there was a handball against Danny Graham, even though the decision wasn't given. On by Kilkenny, it's Friedman. Kilkenny keeps it in. It's away by Danny Livesey. Richardson. Beckford. Here's Prutton. Is up ahead, but he doesn't find him. It's Hallwood who's cut it out. Now Doby. Bridge Wilkinson making the run ahead. It's Bradley Johnson across to cover. The Leeds change is happening now, and Jermaine Beckford, for whom tonight is a return after 4 matches out with an ankle problem, is the man coming off. It's been a disappointing night for him.
Well, he's not happy one little bit, is he? Understandable. He's the one person who's looked like he could get something out of it. The crowd don't like it either. Big decisions managers have to make. Is this the right one for Gary McAllister?
So Tresor Crandall has a chance to make his mark, the Congo international, who's a cousin of Lamana Luar.
Well, just watch Jermaine Beckford going into the dugout. He snatched his tracksuit top and he is absolutely furious. What a look on that face.
Here's Lumsden. Knocked away by Mikulik. There was Prutton. Now Kilkenny. Here's Crandall's first opportunity to get into the game, with Douglas and Friedman moving up to his right. Chancing his arm from that sort of range with Livesey so close to him. And he's going to throw.
Man with a point to prove, Crandall.
Kilkenny. Richardson's ball in. Away by Lumsden. Johnson urged to shoot. Instead looks for Crandall, who takes a tumble. And Douglas had a go that was blocked.
All it needs is a little bit of encouragement for this crowd to get right behind the team again.
Now hour gone, and a goal for Leeds could still make it nervous for Carlisle. Here's Richardson. Kilkenny. Richardson.
Just when you need a little bit of composure. Well, he's not done a great deal since coming on, but he tries to get a penalty here. There's no contact really at all. Stay on your feet. The defender defend. You can work a little bit harder than you did there.
Richardson's header back. Kilkenny. Douglas.
See what I mean about when the crowd gets on your back a little bit. First touch is heavy.
Here's Friedman. Kilkenny. Deflection on its way through. This one holds on though.
Well, they're just not providing the quality for the strikers that they need from wide areas at the moment, Leeds. Last 5 minutes or so since the second goal. Carlisle just let Leeds in a little bit. A little bit of a glimpse that there's a way back.
Here's Bridge Wilkinson. Now Doby. Johnson. David Prutton. Kilkenny turned right into trouble.
Just the midfield is just not functioning at all for Leeds. Prutton's the only one you can say has any sort of influence out there at the moment in the midfield.
Well won by Bridge Wilkinson, but it cost himself as he stays down. And this is Hallwood. Prutton's got to try and get past, but he's pretty dogged. Here's Smith. Hallwood. Now Hackney. Bridge Wilkinson is now back on his feet. Lumsden. Bridge Wilkinson going forward. It's run by Johnson. Carlisle. Looking through the middle for Neil Kilkenny. It's a good ball this time to Richardson. Reach Douglas with his cross. It's left to Prutton to build again here. And came a long way back to take it away. Prutton. Lumsden clears. David Prutton again. Huntington. Mikalik.
Problem when Leeds do get in the final third and they're delivering balls in the box. Livesey and Murphy have been so dominant, the two centre-halves, headed everything.
Kilkenny. It's a well-established central defensive partnership that Carlisle have. Murphy and Livesey, both part of the two promotions up from the Conference and from League Two. In fact, Murphy scored the winner that got them out of the Conference in the playoff final.
We often talk about strikers needing to gel, but centre-halves are exactly the same when you get a partnership like that. And they play together a number of games. It's so beneficial for your team.
Forced to leave the field for the moment. And Lumsden calling for extra defensive support, trying to get Danny Graham back. But for the moment, he's stayed up front on his own. And here's Douglas.
It is noticeable that Carlisle have dropped a little bit deeper and protect that two-goal lead. That will encourage Leeds on, or should do.
Clearance by Murphy. Here's Huntington. Mikalik. Now Candle. Mikalik. Huntington. Here's Kilkenny. Looking for Friedman. Murphy does his job. Striking it against his standing foot. Gary McAllister. As many men forward as he can afford to here. To keep the pressure on. Carlisle proving pretty durable so far.
They are, and that long diagonal ball just hasn't worked for them, Leeds. Because the centre-halves are so dominant. Full-backs are covering round, and it's very difficult to get anything from that. Every time they've played it to feet and played it through midfield, which has been rare occasions, Leeds created something that way when Beckford was on, but he's not there anymore. Candle has got the responsibility now with Dougie Friedman.
Friedman gets the flick. Here's Hackney. Going back to Horwood. Struck it against Richardson. It breaks here for Trezor Candle. And now Douglas. Here's Prutton. Fraser Richardson. Kilkenny. Just to roll it into the path of Friedman. It's Livesey away. Carlisle just holding firm. No such thing as the away goals rule in the playoffs, so at no stage will the goals that Carlisle have scored today count double. That in itself gives Leeds some encouragement.
I think they realise how close they are to pulling off a big shot here.
Here's Richardson. Trying to get one in towards Douglas or Candle. Oh, it almost looped in, but again, Westwood has the final say.
Well, he's hardly anything to do this second half, but when called upon again, it's a long looping ball to the far post. I think it might be his own man who put it back across. It'd be two in between. It is his own man who puts it across. Look at this fragility. They just cannot get past him.
Well, Anderson it was who was squeezed between Candle and Douglas, who gave his goalkeeper his latest test, but yet again, he was up to the challenge. Kilkenny's corner. Douglas again looks to test the goalkeeper. That one's over.
Well, he went for goal there. He'd have been better served just flicking it back into the box, into the danger area. It's a decent run. Look where he comes from. Just a little flick across. He's gone for goal, and that's got to be some header to score past Westwood from there.
3/4 of the way through the first leg, and the first stirrings on the Carlisle bench. A substitution imminent there. Cleveland Taylor set to come on for them. Here's Richardson. Livesey with a header away. Johnson's header back. Reaches Casper Ankelberg. Mikalik. Richardson. Now Kilkenny. Johnson. And again Johnson.
Just persisting with this ball into the box, this long ball that Livesey and Murphy are just enjoying.
Kilkenny. Harrison. Here's Candle.
What was that all about? Some really good options onto his right there. Fraser Richardson had gone in a good area.
Substitution for Carlisle.
And here comes the change, and Simon Hackney, whose volley was deflected in for the opening Carlisle goal. He's had a bit of an injury problem since then, is coming off. Cleveland Taylor, who hasn't scored for Carlisle, but whose last goal was against them in May for Scunthorpe, comes on. Johnson leaving it to Mikalik, and there's trouble on here. It's a free kick.
Nudge in the back there. All it takes is Leeds to get a goal back, and this crowd will be absolutely flying.
Candle with the flick on. Here's Friedman. Candle has a go. And they thought that there was a touch on that, but no corner given.
Well, just when you want a bit of fortune. Decent header in the first place, good layoff. Didn't look to be a deflection there.
Well, all the playoffs live on Sky Sports, and for the next 2 nights it's championship action. Bristol City leading Crystal Palace going into the second leg of Tuesday night's match. Sky Sports 1 and HD 1 from 7:30. Similarly, Hull ahead against Watford. That's Wednesday, 7:30, Sky Sports 1 and HD 1.
Desperate for somebody to come towards him. Everybody's running away from him there, Kilkenny.
Smith.
Only one word for that, that's frustration. Just struggle to get involved in this game in midfield, Leeds, and that's what happens. You just lose it a little bit. There's a quiet word.
Further action was taken. Back to the first half in Scott Dobie. Holding on from Murphy's kick. Here's Hallway. Hallway. Taylor. Howson. Got into it well. Now Kilkenny. Johnson. Howson. It's Prutton. Looking for a handball. But the referee, who was well placed to see it, not giving Leeds the decision they want.
Well, Prutton smashes this. I think that's harsh if he gives it. Referee is in the position just on the edge of the box. Got a good view of it. I think you'll feel that David Prutton smashed it that hard that he couldn't get out of the way.
Yes, in fact, turning away from it as it struck his hand.
Sometimes you see them given for that, and sometimes you don't. And the referee's different.
Handle with the header back. Unchallenged.
Consider it's 2-0 to Carlisle, but had it not been for Westwood, it would have been different. There's the difference now. Carlisle have gone 2 up and suddenly sat back and allowed Leeds back into the game a little bit. Still, they need that goal to put the pressure on.
That's the greater questions of Westwood were really asked in that first half. Need to find answers to the questions here of how Leeds turn this around. Gary McAllister, Steve Staunton.
Surprised that Beckford went off and to everybody in the stadium.
Here's Lumsden. Johnson. Friedman. Well, he did want to find a way through. He's gone down there, but again, not seen as a foul by Tony Bates.
Decent passage of play from Dougie Friedman there. Got in the box, thought he might stay on his feet. One thing in his mind, he wants to take him on, he wants to get in the box here. I think if he'd have stayed on his feet, he might have just got something out of that.
It's only 3 days' time before these two reconvene. And Leeds want some light to take there with them.
I think the fear for Leeds is they realise how quick Carlisle can break on them. If they do push men forward, they could be put well and truly out of this tie. That's the worry. How do they balance it? But I think what they've got to do, we've seen Campbell win quite a few headers since he's come on. You've got to get the ball up, play it around him and get midfield around him. Scramble midfield players in and around the box.
It took so long over the throw-in that it's going to be a caution here for Paul Allison. Cheap looking, picked up by the Carlisle fullback.
He was saying, hold on a minute, he's just got one for taking his time with the throw. Their captain's just committed a premeditated foul on my player and just got a talking to. He's got a point.
I mentioned he found Bridge Wilkinson. Well done there by Douglas. Cleared by Murphy. Huntington. Kilkenny. Mikulik. Good clear by Smith. Kilkenny. Johnson. Candle didn't come off for him the first time, but he's persevered and won it back.
1-2 with the rough, never came off, did it?
Well, Leeds are going to make another change here. Sebastian Carroll, the Frenchman, about to come on. Withdrawal of Jermaine Beckford, not the most popular decision of the night. Who are they going to take off this time? There's Kendall. Cleared by Livesey. Here comes that Leeds change, and it's David Prutton who's coming off.
Surprised at that one as well. He's been as good as anybody in midfield, to be fair to him. You know what you get with David Prutton, 100% effort.
They need something a little bit different now, and Sebastian Carroll provided a player who had one match at West Ham on loan from Monaco. He's been relegated from the Championship in each of the last couple of seasons, scoring against Leeds in his time at Brighton. Involved from the off here on the right-hand side.
Not exactly a good look charm then, Carroll.
3 goals he's scored this season, but the last of them was back in November against Bournemouth. Here's Kilkenny.
The starting position there wasn't particularly good. He's got on an angle like that, he wants to be the right side of the defender.
Here's Carroll. Richardson. Up towards Douglas, who won the header, and it's Lumsden away.
Again, they need more men in the box.
Johnson has a go.
The previous cross there from Richardson was put in there, headed down by Douglas. 2 white shirts in the box. You have to gamble a little bit better than that.
Well, here comes another Carlisle change, and it's a return to action for their club captain, Paul Thirlwell. Grant Smith, the player coming off. And Thirlwell, who's made just one appearance in the last 4 months, who's had an injury-wrecked season. Comes on for the last 10 minutes here with Carlisle looking to protect the lead that they've earned. Mikalik. Being forced back. Here's Jonathan Douglas. Now Friedman. Carroll up to his right. Richardson. Huntington. Forward. Carroll. Huntington. Towards Candle. Douglas is looking to steal in here.
Well, there's an option for you. Play it up towards Candle. Get midfield bursting past.
Huntington. Lumsden's header. Now Carroll. Kilkenny. And here's Friedman. Chance to roll it across. Another important tackle won by Murphy. Really have defended with great resolve, Carlisle. Taylor running it towards the corner. Huntington taking it away from him. Here's Jonathan Douglas. Now Carroll. Douglas caught from behind by Cleveland Taylor. Douglas. Now Carroll. Howson. Kilkenny has a go!
Well, certainly troubled Westwood. You saw him there, he didn't see it over the bar. Decides he's going to let it fly from distance. And what's Westwood's response? He does go for it. Taking no chances of it dipping at the last minute. I know Leeds like playing it and passing it, but with what, nearly 10 minutes to go with injury time included, you just play the ball up towards Candle and you just gamble like that. Make the defenders defend, put the pressure on them.
Here's Cleveland Taylor looking for a way through. He got past Richardson, gone past Mikalik. Lumsden. Murphy. Now Carroll. Candle. Candle, another go from range and more success than his previous attempts.
Should have played it wide. Should have gone there in the first place to Johnson. All he seems to want to do is shoot from 30, 40 yards. He wants to become Mr. Popular again with the fans. But play percentages. Well, there we go. They're ahead on attempts now, the home side, which you expected before the game. Well, still a little bit behind. One on target behind Carlisle, but they have sat back since the second goal, Carlisle. They've just let Leeds come on to them.
Two of those on-target attempts have occurred in this second half for Leeds. This one was certainly more seriously extended in the first half. Here's Howson. Now Johnson. Candle.
So Carlisle won't mind this at all. Leeds playing it across the line and keeping possession. It's all they'll do, Carlisle, at the back. They'll just set up as a back four. The midfield will press, and it's easy to defend against. They're not being tested at the back.
Well, 5 of the last 6 finalists in this division have played the away leg second. So Leeds may hope that that will give them some encouragement for the return at Brunton Park in 3 days' time. Talk about a 2-0 lead in a match being a dangerous lead to have, and certainly over the course of a 2-leg tie it may well be the case.
I've never understood that. It's a dangerous lead, 2-0. I'd have loved a 2-0 lead any day of the week. If you give it away, it's your fault. 2-0, oh, every day, please.
Played in by Howson, looking for Candle. And in comes Sebastian Carroll. Proving a tricky customer. A long way round. Almost fell for Douglas. And they closed him down well as Douglas went down. Here's Kilkenny. The foul by Bridge Wilkinson, and Leeds get the free kick.
Well, Howson's asking, was it a penalty? And Douglas went through again. I'm sure the referee got it right again. Douglas gets a touch on it, and they're asking, was it a foul? Well, I think he was. He got a touch on the ball. Douglas realises he wasn't going to get it.
4 minutes of the first leg left. They're waiting for the whistle. Carroll and Johnson will have to produce something special to beat Westwood tonight, the sort of form that he has been in. It's Johnson!
Well, how unlucky is this? That looked bound for the top right corner, struck with venom. Look at how lucky Leeds are. They know, heads in hand. They didn't know anything about that.
It's Johnson's corner this time. And it's cleared by Danny Livesey.
It's got to be better quality than that from the corner. Free kick was quality.
Johnson who takes, and in the scramble Huntington has a go, and yet again the reactions of the Carlisle goalkeeper keep Leeds at bay.
No wonder he's got a smile on his face.
Johnson with another kick, and again he's in the right place. Everything sticks.
Well, it's just his night, isn't it, at the moment? Corner's a good one this time, just drops. It's a good snap attempt, but look at him again, makes himself big. And they have a big thank you to give that man, Carlisle.
Here's Bridge Wilkinson. Taylor.
Was this bound for the top corner? This free kick was hit with venom. Really good strike. Well, that might have crept in, but head stopped it, and Westwood was planted there. He could have got that if it had been on target.
And Leeds are trying to make a change and bring Andy Hughes on for what little remains. But Carlisle work the short corner to Bridge Wilkinson. He and Cleveland Taylor now to do what they can to run the clock down. There's Mark Bridge Wilkinson. And Taylor. Cleared by Huntington. And Leeds on the move. Away by Murphy.
Well, if it does stay 2-0 to Carlisle, you wonder how they'll approach the home leg. 2-0 up, they know they've got a chance of going through.
Well, there's the lead substitution. Johnny Howson replaced by Andy Hughes. How much time the Leeds have left to try and earn for themselves something to take to that Brunton Park match? 4 minutes is the answer.
It is a conundrum for John Wood. How do we approach the home leg? Are we positive? Leeds will go there knowing they've got a chance.
Using ball straight away, and Westwood to grab at it. And then makes a grab at him, which is perhaps likely to exaggerate in an attempt to wind the clock down a little further.
Did he land funny? In the away leg is on Carlisle when you think about it. Yes, they could be 2-0 up, but what do they do in that game? Do they try and just maintain that and allow Leeds back into it? Still a lot of questions from Hansen. Certainly looked like one.
Here's Huntington. Now Kilkenny.
And the crowd want it in the box.
Friedman. Richardson. Carroll. Perhaps the failure to stop Taylor from breaking away with it.
Time to just, with a couple of minutes left, to put the ball in the box. Every time Candle has got near it in the box, he's caused a problem. He's made the two centre-halves work. The shooting's not been particularly good, but he has caused one or two little moments of indecision in there with his head in belly.
17-year-old Gary Medine just going on for what little remains of the match now. Danny Graham, who can go off and now argue his cause for that first goal that struck his back from Hackney's volley. Medine is still looking for his first senior goal, having just broken into the team at the end of this season. It's already been a great season for Carlisle to get into this position. Now they're in a great position in this tie to make it even more memorable with a Wembley final appearance at least.
Yeah, I think Danny Graham's played a big part, not by his goal. It's a lonely job, that striker, the lone role, and he's played it really well.
Here's Johnson. Now Kilkenny. Huntington. Kilkenny. Here's Hughes. Trying to win it from Andy Hughes, and there was a reaction there from Andy Hughes, and depending on the view the referee had of that, the action he takes here could be serious. There looked to be a reaction then from the man who's just come on from Leeds to the grounded Carlisle left-back, and the referee is just waiting his moment to take the action that he deems necessary.
Doesn't look like he's going to be too severe at the moment. He's getting a talking to from the Carlisle players, but...
Well, it is a card for Andy Hughes. But of what colour? His Leeds evening about to be even worse. It's bad enough anyway.
He's playing for the moment, the referee, isn't he, there? Keeping us all waiting.
It's a yellow card.
Well, here we see him going really hard. I think it's the afters here. There, clips him on the ear. He did catch him, and he thinks he's play acting, but we can see he's not.
Winning the header, there's Hughes. Handel again. Here's Kilkenny. Now Johnson. Lumsden.
They're just overplaying it, aren't they? Always very pretty, but it's not effective.
Here's Huntington. Might just be one last effort here for Leeds. Handel climbing forward. Is it going to break for them? It has! Hope restored right at the end. Kieran Westwood is finally beaten. Dougie Freedman with what could be the last kick of the game.
Well, I've been saying it, get the ball in the box, work the defenders. It's Candle causing the problems, and the master technician there, Dougie Freedman, he causes problems. Candle straight through his legs, he can't stop this one. It's the initial challenge, doesn't really win it, but causes confusion. It comes back to Freeman, straight through the legs. That's how important it is to get the ball in the box. 96th minute.
Jerry McAllister's team have given him the answer to some of their harshest critics here tonight. He played well over the 4 minutes of stoppage time that were added by the referee. I'm sure John Ward might want to ask questions about where all that extra time has come from. But Leeds now have hope for the second leg. Carlisle United have got their first ever victory at Elland Road, but just how much of an impact will that late goal from Dougie Freedman have? It's ending in a bad-tempered fashion here. There's been a constant confrontation between Neil Kilkenny and Evan Horwood. But the referee has had to try and keep a lid on that at the end, because that goal from Leeds might just have restored a little bit of hope. It was very much heading towards being Carlisle's night after Hackney's volley was deflected in by Graham, and Bridge Wilkinson added a second in the second half. But just when it seemed that an inspired Kieran Westwood would not be beaten, he was by Dougie Freedman, and it's all to play for in 3 days' time. Leeds 1, Carlisle 2.